Most married people get a divorce because they were never single. And so the first thing God created was not a marriage. He didn't create a couple. I want you to think now. He started with the most important component, and it was a single human. Let's take a look at something here I thought might be helpful to you. First of all, singleness is the foundation of all relationships. Matter of fact, there is no human experience more traumatic and tragic than divorce. Now, I want to begin with divorce first. Let me tell you why. Because divorce is the ultimate tragedy of relationships. You just think you want to get married. The Bible actually discourages us from marriage. 1 Corinthians chapter 7. It says something very strange. It says, if you are not married, remain in that state. For those who get married have many troubles. I'm reading the Bible, look at me like that. Let me quote it again. Those who are not married should remain in that state. Why? For those who do marry have not just some, many troubles. In other words, you dress in your white gown, put on your tuxedo, and walk down to many troubles. Dun, 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 dun. And your divorced cousin is sitting there going, poor girl. It's traumatic. Write this down, please. Divorce is death without a burial. Therefore, nobody wants to experience a divorce. Now, why am I starting a divorce? Because some of you think that the solution to your loneliness is marriage. It's not.
And I wrote down, you think blank is the solution to your loneliness, because a lot of the times I feel like we also turn to stuff that ain't helping either.
And it's this.
Come on.
Your marriage is only as good as your singleness.
Wow.
That's what you bring to the altar. If your toe smells, if your breath is bad,
wow,
that's what you bring to the altar.
I never thought about this.
Your marriage is no better than your singleness. Marriage does not improve your singleness.
I never thought
or your
about
lack
the little
of it.
stuff.
It exposes it. See, no one knows that your feet smell by yourself. So you're safe.
Your marriage is only as good as your singleness. So if your breath funky while you single,
no one knows you can't cook and you keep buying McDonald's.
You don't
they
wash
don't know that.
clothes while you're single.
But when you get married, it exposes all of your defects. I always tell young people who I do conferences for often, I said, look, when you think about marriage, think about this thought. If you knew all there is to know about you, like you know you, would you marry you? And then you are asking someone to live with what you know about you.
My God.
Serious business, huh? Write this down, please. Point number 2, very important. You bring to the marriage what you are as a single. So stop concentrating on marriage. See, it's a myth. Singleness is being given a bad rap. But singleness is actually the most important position and pursuit you could have. I keep pursuing being single in my life. Because the more single I become, the more safer it is for my wife. What attracted me to my wife was the fact that she was so single. Let me explain what I mean by that. Singleness is a state to be pursued, not avoided. Say it. Singleness is a state to be pursued and not avoided. Most people are running from singleness instead of running to it. I am here to recommend that you turn around and run towards singleness. Because the more single you become, the safer it is for the person you marry.
I feel like he's just redefining singleness.
When a person wants to get married badly, it's a sign that they are not single yet.
Like you thought being single meant being without this person, but what if singleness is being solely dependent on God? Like what if You're never single when you're always dependent on something. Or someone.
Same Jesus, they setting him up. They said, should a man divorce a woman for any and every reason? Is this right, Jesus? His answer, read it up there. His answer was, is it lawful, they said. His answer was, haven't you read? He replied, that in the beginning, see where he went? In the beginning, the Creator made them male and female.
Wow.
Now, they're talking about divorce. He ignored them. He went to something they never thought about. He says, forget divorce. Let's go back to the beginning when there was only individuals. Oh, come on, you're going to get it in a minute. He said, you guys are talking about a product that didn't work. Let's go back to find out about the ingredients that you didn't use. The first place he put him is in his presence. The first command he gave him is work. So, the first thing a man needs is not a woman. He needs a job. Work is not something you do. It is something that you've discovered you're supposed to become, and you start becoming it. So never meet a man and marry him who don't know who he is. Because he can't become what he doesn't know. In other words, you got to find an individual who already has a clear understanding of their purpose. So you men always trying to find the perfect woman. The perfect woman only exists in your head. Your job is to work on the one that you chose and make her the woman in your head. When Jesus first met his wife, she was full of sin and dirt and muck and damnation and hellbound. He says, I still love you, baby. Come on, somebody. And he married her. And he took his blood and he cleansed her. And then he took every spot, every wrinkle, every blemish, every sin. He said, look at that. That's my baby. Come on, praise his name. The safest place for a woman should be in the arms of her husband. The safest place for a daughter should be the arms of her father. Well, Jesus was a protector of his wife, wasn't he? You want to hear him talk about her? Listen how he talks about her. He says, if anyone offends my wife, it is better for him to tie a rope around his neck and a stone on the other end and commit suicide. In other words, don't fool with my wife. I will kill you, he says. That's what I call protection. Don't entertain a man who doesn't open the door for you. Oh, Lord. And he opened the door because you're weak. He opened it because he doesn't want you to hurt your nails. Protecting you, baby. Be alone. So if you meet a man who ain't in his presence, ain't working, can't cultivate you, can't protect you, don't know the word, it is good for that man to be. He took the woman out of the man, and this is the position she's in. Now, most of you have been taught that behind every good man is a good woman. Go behind him. I want to show you how dumb that is. God did not take man from his hip, his back, or his heel. So when the devil attacks this man and pushes pressure on him, look what he does. He actually destroys the very thing he's supposed to protect. Come back in the front, baby. That's where she belongs, you see. And when the devil attacks her, I love you. God bless you. See you tonight. I gotta go.
Something about that whole video just made me want to become softer.